This is Allison Gibbs, and if you want to know who the true liberty activists are, you can go to freekeen.com.
Hi, this is Terran Lupo. Welcome to Low Country Liberty Report. Today I'm going to be talking about Free Minds TV. And as a lot of independent liberty media is popping up, they're one of the only ones that have had a long track record of a TV show. Now, this TV show is, if I had to describe it, it's an excellent gateway for people that are brand new to liberty, or starting to come over. Say you were like one of those conservative slash libertarian, I hate that, but conservative slash libertarian, or Democrat slash libertarian, or libertarian slash anarcho-capitalist. Kind of that genre where you're crossing over from some small government perspective to a liberty perspective. This is a great show for you. Also, this is a great show for, say, you have a friend or a spouse or something that is just starting to grasp the concept. I think they'd really like this show as well. Hi there, I'm with Nick and Toby with the Free Minds TV guys, and we are at PorkFest. Check it out.
Yeah, we just arrived.
Nick is getting married this week. Oh no, Toby, you're getting married this weekend, right?
Yep. And so we're just up for the day, and I've got to go back and do the whole wedding thing.
Nick, are you going back too?
Yeah, I'm going back with Toby tonight. I'll probably come back up for Friday or Saturday. It's really the big day. I'm not getting married tonight.
Not yet, anyways. We'll see how the weekend progresses.
So let me ask y'all, at what point did y'all decide to do a community access show? Where'd that idea come from?
Well, it was just when I first started getting involved with the Free State Project and meeting people. They had these social gatherings once a week, and we started going out to those, which coincided with Cheshire TV opening up and doing public access. And there was nothing on it at the time, so we figured, hey, we have nothing to do. We want to do some kind of activism. Theirs is an open platform. It's pretty much free. Just have to have volunteers and come set it up, and it's grown ever since.
So how do y'all learn how to use the equipment and put on a TV show?
Well, Cheshire TV, that's the public access station that we started on in Keene. They do some of the education, so you do have to take a basic course. But to be honest, we did a lot of the actual equipment setup and some of the production side when we first started doing the show. Probably more so when Toby started, because I came on later in the show. But now we actually have a crew that does most of that for us, and at this point we're pretty much just on-camera talent. Although sometimes when we're short-crewed, we'll still end up setting up equipment ourselves.
So what's y'all's advice on, so someone sees this and says, hey, I'm a liberty activist, we have a TV station, what a neat idea. How would you get started?
Just getting a few people together. It doesn't take much at all. Really, all you need is one or two people in the background and someone who's willing to be in front of the camera. And most places, you don't have to be in New Hampshire to do this, but a lot of cable access stations are an excellent platform that really don't take that much work to do anything. I mean, you can either do a show that's live and you put it out there and there's no post work whatsoever, so it's just however much time it takes to set up, shoot the show and take it down, or you can do post-production work if you're more into that and taking the time. So it's not hard. All you need is a few people, someone willing to be in front of the camera, and it's a great platform that reaches people that probably, a lot of the people who watch cable access might not log onto the internet and hear this stuff over and over again. I mean, we do have a large internet audience as well because we post the videos online there, but I think that cable access, gives a really broad audience of people who might not have heard the message of freedom and liberty without it. So,
is there any rules you guys have had to deal with dealing on public access?
Well, there are rules dealing with, for instance, sponsorships or advertisements. We, much like, say, PBS, we're limited. You can't do it for profit on air, so you can't have what's called a call to action. I can't say, go to such and such a website or buy such and such a product, but you can say, Free Minds TV is brought to you by, so-and-so, or StasherSwag.com, and, you can say what they're doing at the website. You just can't say, go to StasherSwag.com when you're on air.
I gotcha. So you could interview someone and talk about the website, but you can't say go to it.
Right. Exactly. So it's kind of, there are ways around it, but it is somewhat limited. So you can't be running regular television commercials.
And if we do ever get really rich and start making money off the show, we have to give 10% of it back to Cheshire TV. But that's not going to be for quite a while.
Real rich. Is that a kind of a normal community standard if someone wants to get on TV, that they will put anything on that a citizen makes?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's rules that if you're making pornographic content or stuff has to be on between certain hours, but other than that, there's really whatever you make, you can put it on public access.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding, and thankfully the program director, Lee Perkins over at Cheshire TV, has been really good about following the rules of public access, and he's a big proponent of the First Amendment, so he's not inclined to censor anyone anyway. But my understanding is that public access stations are prohibited by law from engaging in any kind of censorship for content. So,
because like most city, you know, in Savannah, ours is very, very liberal-oriented TV, where it's just mainly the city council sitting around arguing.
right.
I wouldn't know how well a Liberty show would be received in something like that, but they have to put it on, pretty much.
Oh yeah, we definitely get a good deal of hate mail from a lot of the people who are listening, because like you said, there are all those city council meetings going on and people who really love the government stuff, and so when we come on right after them and people have been watching all this pro-government stuff and then they see us, they do get a little bit ticked off, but that's why we do it.
That's excellent.
Yeah, and it does balance it out. I'm not going to stereotype, but I think to a large extent, the subset of people who are in the community of making public access television, they're in favor of the government running television stations and things like that. So it does tend to skew to one side of the political spectrum.
Right, I didn't mean necessarily liberal, I should say pro-state.
Yeah, and
That's probably a better term.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, there are some conservative shows on there that I would call statist too.
Statist. That was my bad. All right, thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your time, and good luck today with your live show.
Thank you.
It's great to see so much independent media show up. So you can find them over at freekeen.com. Whenever they have a new show, it's up on, of course, at freekeen.com. So go take a look at that. As always, this is Terry and Lupo. Good hunting.
This program is brought to you by freekeen.com. Freekeen.com features audio, video, and blogs chronicling the transition to a voluntary society. Freekeen.com also has comments and discussion forums so you can be heard. Freekeen.com.